So if you see roles, yeah, it's recorded. You see what it says? A role is a way to define certain patterns that exist across nodes belonging to single job function. Each role consists of zero or more attributes and a run list. When chef client runs, it merges basically its attributes and run list without content. So basically, if you talked about roles, right, on that particular PPT which we saw, I told that I can create roles like web servers, right, database roles, something like app server roles. Now, basically, I can group similar kind of things into roles. So I can say that all these particular things will belong to web server. Right? With the help of roles concept, you can define. Uh, let's say now earlier how you went. So let's say node one, node two, node three is there for you. So instead of you'll say role, add role. How can I say it? If not, let's say you are adding specific role. Right? What you are doing to this role, you are adding run list. Under run list, what you are saying? Let's say something like yesterday we have given something like web-based. Right? That is what you did. Now let's say apart from this particular node, needs something like what do you say, Java and Linux. Now I should get two groups for this, isn't it? One nodes. One node, node one. I want to install Java, I want to install Linux. Right, on specific node. Now if I want to do how we will do something like cookbook underscore Java, cookbook underscore Linux. Now if I want to add, I need to add this one with the everything I need to add. Every time in the knife node add run list that particular command. Instead of that, we can group all this into a row. And I can say that update this way. So I'll say knife node add the node list instead of saying something like cookbook name. I can give role over there.
So if we have only multiple cookbooks, then this one.
Yes, this one will be helpful. Make sense? That's what a role can be useful for. So let's say when I am defining my group of web servers, what are the things I need to go with? All these things you can write in different cookbooks and you can update it. Right? Make sense? Group of particular cookbooks. What I want to do is like, let's say, now I want to go with something like uh, Apache as well as PHP. Right? Now I want to set up something like PHP website. What are the things I need to have? I need to have my Apache, isn't it? And apart from that, I need to have PHP as well to execute it. Right now, if I go with the normal approach, I need to go with 2 times. So instead of that, I can directly go and specifically. So always make sure when you're writing cookbooks, keep it as much as like you say abstracted. So everything should be isolated and working on because that particular cookbook can be helpful for different scenarios. If you want to only install this particular thing, yes, you can go and work it out. Making sense? Right. So let's see how we can go and work it out. We will log in. Station. Let's see. Now let's say, shall we create any particular notebook? I think what was there in web test? to be the template, right? Maybe I can use the same thing. Fine. I'll use the same particular thing itself. So I'll use my web test and I'll update some particular new things in this, right? Now let's say when you are working with roles, right? You need to define the roles under your chef repo directory. Did you see like in my chef repo directory? If I say dot slash, you see you got something called like roles. You need to create roles over there, right? Now all your roles, environments, data bags, we need to work on these specific directories which are outside, right? So what I'll do is like, so I'll create a role called something like web PHP, or if not something like web server, right? So let's say I'll go with vi dot slash. I'll go to my roles and I'll say web server dot r. I'm creating a role called a web server. Now, what to go with these things now? I need to tell, right? So first I'll give some description. So I'll say name is my web server. I can give some description. Say like servers. Then I need to say what are the run list I need to add it up. Right? I'll say run underscore list. Then I can keep on going and adding specific recipes over there. So I can say a recipe and that particular cookbook, right? And I can also specify one more recipe if I want that. I can simply say recipe and making sense what I'm trying to say. So I can add individual recipes to that. So basically my role can have multiple recipes over there, which are nothing but the part of the cookbooks which we are writing. Now let's say I'm already having web test, right? I can go and say something like web test. And apart from that, I'll write one more cookbook, something like PHP test, where I can install PHP. Now, whenever I want to run these specific things on servers, I don't need to give like individual cookbooks. I can directly give all the group of cookbooks together to execute one by one. Making sense? Okay, confused? No. So let's say now for my web servers, I need to install PHP and imagine HTML. Right? Now, in this scenario, I wanted to maintain like separate cookbooks. Generally, if you're writing a cookbook, what you're doing, knife node, add run list, then you're telling that this is the particular cookbook you want to add. For the same node, again, you are telling this cookbook to add. Let's say there are like 10, 50 cookbooks you need to apply. Instead of running it each and every time, we'll bundle all this together in the roles. Now I'll say something like web server test, if not web test. Then I can say PHP file. If not, let's say you are working with MySQL, I can say MySQL. Now you see, if I want to go with LAMP stack, I need to have all these things, right? For all my LAMP servers, I can write individual cookbooks and I can apply them at once, right? Now let's see. So I think like we already had web test. Then let's say something like PHP test. So I'm going to go with the new cookbook again. Yes, we need to write the cookbook again for PHP test. Right. I'm going with that particular web server.rb. Now I need to update that new cookbook. See, I did not write PHP test, right? So I need to go and generate that. So I'll say chef generate PHP test. And let's say VIM PHP test. And let me go. And so, what is the first thing I need to do? What should I do if I want to install PHP? Package. PHP is a package, right? So I'll say package PHP. Okay, action. Install. Yes. Right. Okay. Next. Let's say what I want to do is like now Apache is there, right? So basically in my web test, I don't want the file to be updated. Only it should install and start. See, we already wrote web test code, right? So what it was doing, it was installing, it was also putting the file as well, right? Now I want to isolate that, right? Only it should install and start the service. Whereas this should take care of installing PHP as well as updating PHP file as well. Making sense? If I run HTML file, obviously it will run. But PHP file should render. You remember that date function which we took in our earlier classes? If you say PHP date. So I'll go with this particular component. Making sense, right? Now I want to update that basically. So how can I update it? Tell me what I need to do.
File.
Do you want me to take file? So if I take file, what happens? Content is very big, right? So what is the other thing? Yeah, source. If I want to use source, what I need to use? Cookbook underscore file. Right? Let's say cookbook underscore file. And where should it go?
You need to give the path where HTML image path.
And I need to give the source. And let's say I'll give source like index.php. Right? Now where I need to keep that index.php? No. See, yesterday we used cookbook underscore file. So when you are using cookbook underscore file, what are the things you need to take care of? So let's go back to a resource called cookbook underscore file. Yeah. So I need to create files directory in that default, and I need to keep that files. Right? That is important. So you need to make sure that we will go with this particular specification. Right? Fine. I'll create something like that. Okay. So I'll say I'll save it up. Right? And let's say make directory. What is it? PHP test, and
Files.
followed by files. And I'll say VIM parent directory. So files is not there, right? It will create the files as well as default. Files default and index.php. Let's go and have this content, and I'll say this. Now I'm keeping the dynamic content, which is my PHP. Now you need to understand one thing. Do you remember if I go with this, will it start again? I mean, like, will it render my PHP files? remember your initial classes. So if I install PHP and when I have given that PHP date function, was it rendering automatically? No, right? It was not rendering. So we went and we restarted Apache. Remember it? In our initial classes. So when you are basically installing Apache first, without installing PHP, you were not able to render the pages. But after installing the PHP also, you were not able to render the pages. To basically get the connection again, right? I mean, like configuration should be affected. We are restarting our Apache, right? So I need to do the same thing here as well. Now, yes, it is possible with the help of again your resource, right? So let's see how I can do this, right? So what you can do is like, so whenever I said after installing PHP, right? I want to do some task, right? Let's say calling other service, let's say starting other service, restarting other service, right? So you have something called like notification, sending notifications. So when some task is happening, you can send some notifications to other services. Now what is my other service here? Yes, I mean like I need to restart the Apache service right now, right? So I need to say if it was successfully installed, I want to basically restart my Apache server, right? So I'll say I think it is notifies, right? And I'll say restart, right? And what I want to restart? Service. So I'll say service. I think like just a second. Notify. You should have it. I've seen it somewhere in this documentation. Yeah, this is what you need to do. Notify immediate. So whenever you say immediate, right, it will run that particular command immediately. Right? Notify immediately. So I'll say the same thing. So I'll say notify the service like immediately. So I'll say immediately. So whenever PHP gets installed, it should automatically go and restart the service HTTPD. Got it? Let me go and edit my web test. Say I don't want this template as well. And I'll say web test. Right. And what else did we write? Roles, right? Yes. VIM Now basically I have written my roles. Now I need to tell where to pick up those roles from. That is also very important, right? Now I'll say knife, I think like role list. See, currently I don't have any role there, but I have my web server role, right? I have created something called like a role called web server. Now I need to tell it where to basically go and get it from, right? I'll say knife role from the file where that role is there. So where it is there, it actually it is there in my roles web server.r. Now basically instead of adding two particular cookbooks I mean like individually, I am going with one specific command statement. Yes, we need to upgrade. Yes, we need to upgrade the cookbooks. Then only it will be able to go and fetch it there. We basically, yeah, basically with the time of adding your run list to books, right? You don't need to go and add individually. So you can go and run it at one time. So basically you don't have any particular command where you can run bulk node at one time. It's not possible in Chef. That's the reason why they are going with this particular concept. At least like to reduce number of cookbooks to be uploaded individually. Right? So basically environment what it does means cookbook versions. See, you got like for cookbook version, I got 1.1.1, 1.2.2, 1.2.3. Environment, what it does means it will give you specific version of cookbook to upload. That's what environment is. Right? Fine. So knife roll. Let me check if I have. Let's see. Yeah. But I don't have my PHP test, right? Let's go. Run knife cookbook. Upload PHP test. It went and it uploaded my PHP test as well. And I'll say knife roll from my particular web server role. Now it updated the role called web server, and if I say knife role list, currently have a role called web server. Making sense? Now, instead of going and attaching 2 or 3 or 10 particular cookbooks, I'll simply say attach this. It takes care of executing all the cookbooks which are associated with that installation or let's say particular configuration part. Right now, I'll simply say what is the earlier command we use? Knife node run list, right? Add your node name followed by specific cookbook, isn't it? You said like web test, all those things. Instead of that, you can simply say the role. What's the role currently? Role. I think we have given something like web server, isn't it? Yep. I have given a role called web server right now. Right? Now what I say, I'll simply go to my client, right? So let me go to my client machine. Right. And I'll simply say sudo chef client. So I do that. So now you see it is going with it said it went and it installed that particular thing, and okay, let's go to IP address. Acha, understood. Like because now I have given my attributes yesterday, right? Basically, attributes takes the first preference because I have given like node something, right? So what was the cookbook which we attached? That cookbook was I'm not sure what is the cookbook which we attached there. Web servers, web server cookbook, right? So let's say and directly remove that one. So I'll say what is my node? I'll say delete values. So I don't want anything else. I only want nothing else anyway. So let's say edit. So I'll say I'll apply the role directly. Right? So save as shift client. It's already there. Right? So what I'll do is like so I'm basically wantedly changing that state so that it goes and installs it again. So let's say sudo remove HTTP. Right now, let me go and run my sudo shift client again. So and you see that it is converging four resources, right? One is my package service, then we went with another package called PHP, then followed by the file. Yeah. So it went, it installed HP. Not sure whether it's restarting the service. Did it restart it? Yeah, it was restarting my particular HTTP service as well. That's what basically your notification will do. Now you see, even in your Tomcat also, right? So let's say if you are changing some configuration files, automatically it should get restarted. You see, you went /shutdown.sh, then you started it back again. Yes, you can do these kind of things if you know how to work with notifications. Right? If some change or particular installation is happening, it should automatically restart by itself. Right? That is where you can do with this particular thing. Now we go and if we run it up. Achha, maybe it's there in the cache, I think. There is this particular thing. You see, it's saying that it went and it updated the code as well. Achha, I got it. Because that's by default it goes to index.html. Let's because our particular file is already there with index.html, right? That's the reason why it was updating that code. Like making sense where you can use roles, where you can apply roles. Now let's say you want to go with Jenkins. You need to install Jenkins. What are all the things you need to go with first? Java. You need Git. You need Maven. You need Jenkins again. 4 things, right? Now, you see, basically Java can be used in your Maven as well. Right? Your Java can also be used in Tomcat as well. Now, in this scenario, you'll basically segregate each and every individual codes. Now, at the time of defining roles, you'll say a role called Jenkins. Under that, you have all these particular codes. Now, whenever you want to configure Jenkins, right, all you need to do is like apply that role called Jenkins. Making sense? I want you to basically work on something like LAMP stack. Try to create a LAMP stack. Yeah, using the roles concept. You see, LAMP stack, you need different things. You need, first thing you need is like web server. So a web server is one cookbook. PHP is one cookbook. MySQL is one cookbook. And I want to apply all those in the rows. Making sense? I want the LAMP cookbook, where I should have my Apache, MySQL, PHP. 3 should be installed with one row. Making sense? So right now I just like installed Apache and PHP. I want you to also work on something like MySQL for this. So whenever I need LAMP boxes, I can simply apply the rule called LAMP. Right? Apply something called like LAMP rule and install all those 3 particular patterns. Right? And, yeah, if not, I'll go with. I think we talked about. So these are the things which talked about role environments, right? So it says environments model the life stages of your application. Now your configuration always keeps on changing from dev to QA environment and similarly from QA to production environment, isn't it? Let's say in dev environment you were using some latest version, something like 1.8 version of Java, something like that. But whereas in your production version you want to go with something like Java 1.7 version. Right? In this scenario, the cookbook is same. Right? The same cookbook, but you want to go with different versions. Right? That's where basically environments can be very helpful. And there were some particular things. By default, if you remember, right, I told you that every node belongs to an environment called, you see, by default, every node will belong to one environment called default environment, underscore default environment. Any node you create, it will be going into that specific environment called underscore default. Now, if you want to apply your own default, I mean like apart from default, we need to go and create our own particular environments, right? Let's see how we can go and basically create those environments. It's same like roles only. You are going to create one more environments file, let's say something like particular dev.rb, qa.rb, something like that, and you can specify the versions of cookbook. Right, making sense? So let's say what I'll do is like, how can we do? Say like, we already had that first cookbook test. If not, we'll create one particular new cookbook where I will give some information, something like this is dev environment. When the same particular another version of cookbook, I want to give something like this is QA environment. Making sense? I want to go with that particular approach, right? So let's say I'll write some new cookbook. Right, I'll say chef generate, let's say environment test. Right, I'm going to go with a new particular cookbook called environment test. Right, and let's say in my environment test, I want to go with something like recipes, and let's say I wanted to create some file for me. Let's say if I want to create a file, how can I go with? File resource I can use, or if not, I can simply say cookbook underscore file. For this, I'll just go with the file itself. So let's say I want to create something under 10, and let's say I want to give something like I'll simply say env.txt. Making sense? And I'll say do and end. I want to go with content. Here, the content should be something like this file is under dev. Right? Now, what is the version of cookbook here? I'm going to get, depending upon my metadata, it is going to be something like 0.1.1 something, isn't it? Now, let's say I'll go and update this cookbook and say, let's say VIM. What is this? Environment test. And I'll say metadata.rb. And here it is my 0.1.0. Right? So let it be like this only. And I'll say knife cookbook upload. Okay, we did not create environments, right? Let's go and create environments first. Say upload. What is this? Environment test. And now I need to create some environments for this. Where I can create again environments, I need to go to my environments directory. Earlier I created all my roles under roles directory. Right? Similarly, you need to create your environments under environments directory. So I'll say vim /environments, and under environments, let's say something like dev.rb. Right? And let me say the name of this environment is something like dev environment. Right? Something like description. Now, what type of version of cookbook I want to upload? That is important. Right? I'll say the cookbook I want to upload here is, what is the cookbook I want to go with? Dev environment. Sorry, what is it? Environment test. env test. And what is the version I want to choose?
0.1.
Sorry? 0.1.1, right? So I'll say equal to 0.1.1.
Right? 0.
It is 0? 0.1.0. This is the version I want to go with in my dev environment. Right, making sense? Now let me go and update this particular content. Now I need to tell where the particular environment I need to choose it. So let's say I'll go with knife environment, I guess. environment list. Yeah, you see currently I'm only having underscore default. I told you because any node you are creating by default it will go into the environment called underscore default. Right? Now I'll tell like basically this should belong to my dev environment. Right? I'll say knife environment and from file dot slash environment. What is it? Dev.rb. It says here we have RON. Yeah, the spelling correct. Yes. It says there's a plugin environment from file. So let's say something might be wrong in that file. Knife environment from file environments. It says invalid value. So I think I need to give some space, I guess. So let's go for a particular file. We need to give some space. Before or after, I'm not sure. If not, let's check. Yeah, we need to give space after the equal to. Okay. Let's save it up and let's say environment. It says it updated my environment from dev.rb right now. So I have both the environments, my dev and default. Now, who should apply that one? I mean, like that environment should be applied for my node one. Right now, I need to go and tell I need to update it from particular environment called dev. So I'll say knife node environment underscore set. I need to say environment underscore set and I want to set it for my node one with dev. Right now, once I do this, the particular node one which is there under default environment right now will go to my dev environment. Right now, once I run that particular command, so let's say I'll go with the dev environment right now. So it went and it updated to my chef environment called dev right now. If I go into this and if I do a refresh, it went and it updated to my dev environment right now. Right? And currently I can see like both. Right? And let's say I'll go and I'll say sudo chef client.
You already added it to run list. That is the reason you do that. Otherwise, you have to add that.
Okay, I did not add it to run list, right? Yes. I forgot to add it to my run list. If not, I can directly do it from here, right? Edit run list. Environment test. shift launch. Now it's taking environment test. And it went and it said something like the particular context cat slash done txt. This will have that the file is particularly under development. Now if you want one more particular environment, what you need to do? You can simply say create one more environment called something like qa.rb there and say the new version of code. Right now, what I'll simply say if I want the new cookbook, right? I can simply go to the specific version. I'll say VIM environment test, right? Recipes default.rb, and let's say this file is under like QA, and I'll make those changes and I'll say VIM. What is it? Environment test metadata.rb and dot. Now I'm going to have two versions of the cookbook, isn't it? Now if I say knife cookbook, upload, let me test. Now it uploaded the version 1.1, right? So if I go into the specific policies and if I check my environment test, I got both the versions 0.1.1. Right? Now if I want, basically understood, right? What I need to do now? I need to create new environment file, something like qa.rb over there, and in the under that I'll say the cookbook version which I want to use, something like version 0.1.1. Once I say sudo chef client, right, now it will automatically pick up that new version and it will apply. Right? In this way, environments will be helpful if you are having same cookbook, but you are doing different types of operations with the same cookbook, because you are having chef is automatically providing the version with it. You see, you did not have any git here, but yes, you still have the versioning there. If you want, basically, right, it would be very helpful in the scenarios. Basically, in your environment itself. Let's say you want to install different versions of particular software itself. Let's say in your dev environment or QA environment, you are going with something like HTTP 2.2 version, whereas in your production you are going with 2.4 version. You can use this. Right? If not, let's say in your particular version of your dev and test, your HTTPD is listening on port number 8080, whereas in your production it is listening on port 80. Now in this scenario also you can use this particular version. Instead of writing multiple cookbooks, right, you are basically using the metadata version of the cookbook and you are doing the tasks. Right? Making sense? I know it is confusing, but once you start. That's it. You will say apply the specific version. Now I know. Where is that file? Default.rb. Right? Now let's say I have changed that particular version to something like this is QA environment. Now I told that basically I want to go with the version called 1.5, right? So I need to update that in my run list. Environment, I have run this particular command. Where is that? Set dev, right now. Then I'll say set QA. Now it will apply QA environment for. You will run chef client. It applies that one. Now you want to go back to again dev. I'll say my dev environment.
But you're changing the entire default.rb file.
No, that is having two versions of cookbook. That's what I'm trying to say. See.
Okay.
See, I have 0.1.0, right? Now if I click on 0.1.0 and if I say the content and if I go to my recipe, this is the recipe I wrote. What is this? Under dev. Now what is the other version I want to go? 1.1. Now I'll click on it and I'll go to my content. recipes. So I got two versions. It will pick it from there directly with the help of version. Make it. Basically, I mean, like once you start practicing it, you will easily understand. But just like where to apply is very important. This particular concepts.
Default.rb will be only one.
Yes, basically default.rb why we are doing is like you don't need to specifically say like apply each and every specific version.
So now default.rb will be one file. Where we give file content. This file is under dev. And then in metadata, first is 0.1
version.
And then in environments, we create a dev.rb.
Dev.rb.
Where we say take this particular version. And the description we make dev.
Yes.
So when we run that, we will give the dev environment.
Dev environment.
Now when we are going to QA, what we are changing is we are changing metadata.
Just a metadata, yes.
1.1 we are changing it.
Yes.
And default.rb also we have to change.
No.
Because it has a content from the files and the dev.
No, it will pick it up. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So metadata and instead of dev.rb, we have to do
QA.rb. See, because version 1.0.1 has separate content. Similarly, version my 0.1, what is it? 0.0.1 is having some other version of code.
So we need to create QA.rb.
QA.rb, that's what. Once you create that QA.rb, it will go and update the new content. No, you are confused. I mean, like maybe like we can repeat this again. Also. Maybe like we will work with your project kind of things, right? At that time, maybe like you can even like try it out once. So just basically these concepts would help you manage your infrastructure very easily. So you already know how to basically work with that. But let's say you're having bulk infrastructure. You want to apply multiple cookbooks and do all these things, right? Environments and roles which would help you. Specifically, roles are applying for multiple cookbooks, whereas environments specific versions of cookbook where you want to. And similarly, we have one more concept called databags. If you see the databags, it's almost done. Databags, then we need to go with something called like supermarket. Right? Once you do this, it's more than like, and we need to go for project as well. I'm not sure whether we can do it on this side. So just like try out with the LAMP cookbook, right? So we already created Apache and PHP, right? I wanted to work with MySQL cookbook as well, right? Once you have it, you have like LAMP cookbook with it. You can apply the same version with your what do you say? Specifically roles and environments. You can go and apply both the versions. So let's say in my particular dev environment, I should have only date displayed. In my QA environment, I want date as well as time. Right? Just try it out. Just like how you can apply that particular concept of environment and roles, you'll get like both. Databags and we have something called like supermarket. Two things. Databags is for security basically. So if I want to put some password, something like that, right? I need to always update that under my what you say, cookbook only. Instead of cookbook, you will be storing that under something called like databags. Once you see that, those are the particular things which we have in Chef actually. Right? So if I go back, this particular thing, right? We want like cookbooks, environments, roles. Databags is also one of the important. Nothing but what you want to ignore. It's like dot get ignore. Say VIM, chef ignore. It's going with dot thought dump db. So all that particular things. dot back, line project, dot settings files, dot pyc, dot class files. Basically, your target files. Because Chef is by default providing me the versioning as well. That's it. Once we complete database, it's almost done. Automation. Okay, cron tab, right? We need to go with the cron tab. Tomorrow, just like you. Cron tab, supermarkets. For 3 years. Database is somewhat confusing topic again. Confusing, just like application ఇక్కడ జనరల్ గా రోల్స్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్స్ డేటాబేస్ ఇవే చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ యాక్చువల్లీ బట్ అట్లీస్ట్ కుక్ బుక్స్ రాయడం మాత్రం యూ షుడ్ దట్ బేసిక్ థింగ్ యూ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ cron job
Simple cron job.
cron job is very simple.
5 minutes.